You mentioned Stan Lee, but it's not just like millions of people met Stan Lee. He was prolific at like events and stuff, but you did something more
Right.
with him. You actually went to his Academy of Heroes. Can you tell me about that
Yeah.
experience? What was it like
Well,
meeting
that
him?
well, when I remember getting the call one day, and I was, sitting here in my office, and I said, they said, "Oh yeah, we're calling from Stan Lee's office." I said, "Stan Lee's office?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, Stan Lee is wants you to be in his new show coming up, and he wants to talk to you." I said, "Oh my God, okay." Because Stan Lee's the man, okay?
It's like a
You
big
know, the
moment for
comic,
heroes. Yeah.
the comic book legend, yeah. And so I got to go down and meet him and sit around and talk to him for a little bit, talk about, he talked about Spider-Man. So I was the only African American, and plus I was the only one who makes a business. I mean, this is a business to me. This isn't just something I do on Saturday night, okay? You know, I mean, I've had corporate sponsors. I have, we're getting ready to start a store, a DangerMan store, selling our merchandise, okay? Uh, and so, um, and so all the other guys, they just, they had their little side names, but I think they just kind of did it on Saturdays, or they were what they were. I'm not trying to give them any kind of
Weekend
speak.
heroes. Nah,
Yeah,
call them what they are.
right. And if you see them walk down the street, they didn't have their name on them. You couldn't say, well, you got to say, who are you? Okay. So I thought, it was amazing, and we got to, and we worked like 3 days on that, and then I got to meet Knight Rider too. Okay.
Right, because okay, so it wasn't just to set the scene. You met Stan Lee, you presented him your comic book, and you guys had a conversation together. And then he sends you off to this dark theater. Can you walk us through that?
Okay. So so they shot, two different. They shot a couple of different times. They came out and did some B-roll, followed me around, had me do some things. Okay. All right. And then for the main meat of it, of the story, uh, Stan was saying, he said, "You know what?" He said, "I have someone, because I know you like to work with kids, and I have someone who can help you be even better." Okay. And he's a great singer, a great friend of mine. And I have asked him to talk with you. And a great expense we've gone to. Uh, and I don't know if they brought him out completely for this, but they paid because all the other guys, the other 8 heroes, he wasn't in there. He was just in my story. He said, I'm going to send you to meet him. And I said, okay. So, so they had me like I was driving to the studio in Sherman Oaks, and I walk in the back door. I look around, and I look up. He said, "Whoa!" He said, "You must be Danger Man." Yeah.
I'm the Hoff.
I said, "Yeah, you're the Knight Rider." Okay, you know, and
David
uh,
Hasselhoff, just
David
standing right
has
before you.
Yeah, he was standing up there, and he came down the steps, and we shook hands, and uh, we got ready to do our thing. Okay, and
And
you
what
know,
did he do? What was the purpose of this meetup?
well, the purpose of the meetup was that uh, he was going to help me be better with children, to help me give them to talk to. He said, "Well, when you talk to the kids, tell them that you love them, okay? And did you really care about them? I mean, they need to know, because they'd have me start out saying what I was going to say."
Stay in school. Don't be no thug. Don't be no fool.
And then he said, "No, no, no, no,
Well,
no."
DangerMan, I'm going to interrupt you for a second here. I'm
Yeah.
going to act like I'm a kid, right? Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to act like I'm a kid, and I'm going to heckle you a little bit because I need you to project more. And you guys say, "Hey, I want you to look at me." Okay? Here's the deal. You got to take over. This is your space. These kids don't give a rat about you, and right now you look like a bird.
Okay.
So you don't want to look
Okay.
like a bird. If you're gonna look like a bird, you're gonna look like a bird that's gonna go, wah!
No. Give it more energy, DangerMan. Give it more fire. Tell them that you love them.
First of all, you don't say I've taken my time out of my busy day. No one gives a damn about that. First of all, I'm here because I love you guys.
Right.
And love is the key.
I love you, and I'm going to do my best.
I'm here today because I want to make a difference in your life.
Right on.
I want to sit down and learn what you guys go through every day.
Yeah.
And talk to you about my experiences and how I can help you to be better.
Yeah, that was hilarious because during this segment, they did two things I loved. One, he's heckling you, and I think he was trying to put himself in like the headspace of a child that might, for whatever reason, think DangerMan isn't cool. He called you a bird.
Yeah, you look like a bird. You look like a bird, DangerMan.
Yeah, and then the other thing was, I think this was probably done in editing, but they kept having him like he was sitting in the chair, like watching you and judging you, and then he kept getting further and further back in the theater.
Yeah, man. That was exciting.
But you turned him. You turned him to your favor. How'd you do that?
Because then I settled down, lowered my voice, and yeah, kids.
I know you guys are scared.
Bigger.
But I'm here to empower you and to let you know that it can get better. All right?
You can be what you want.
You can be what you want. You can be anything you want.
And you can learn to have fun again.
And have fun again.
And you can laugh.
And laugh.
Right on. That's the way, DangerMan. Yes. Now that's the attitude. That's the attitude. You got my attention. That's the attitude.
I'd always wanted to meet Hasselhoff. I never told anybody before because I liked that Knight Rider, the Knight Rider show.
Hey, Danger. He's no stranger to it. Watch him do it. Danger. He's DangerMan, the black Superman.
I'm DangerMan, the black Superman. I'm Danger.